Hello students, in second part of MCQ of chapter 1 we will talk about Coulomb's law. First MCQ is plus q and minus q charges are put on diametric end points of circle of diameter d, then the force on third charge plus q which is on the center of the circle is dash. Okay, so first we will draw a circle having diameter d. So I will draw it by my hand only, okay, because it's not necessary by using a instrument. uh, Diameter is d, so we will take a point a here and point b, and distance between them is called diameter, and that is d. Okay, now we consider a center o. Okay, so at the end point plus charge q minus charge q, and at the center charge is also plus q. Okay, now we have to find the force on this charge plus q which is at center. Okay, so now we can see the resultant force on this plus q charge is the sum of force from charge at a and charge at b. So from figure we can see the charge at a is plus, and force exerted by plus charge on this plus charge which is at center is in the direction of negative charge, and the this charge negative and this charge is positive. So again the force exerted by this negative charge on this plus charge, the direction will be same in negative direction. Okay, so we can understand from here that force is exerted only in one direction, and that is towards the negative charge. Okay, so from this figure we can say the answer will not be 0, because to be answer 0 we have the force exerted in two different direction. Okay, so our answer will not be 0, we can understand from this figure. Now we will see what will be the answer. Okay, so we have to find the resultant force on this plus q charge. So distance of this plus q charge from the this plus q charge will be d by 2, and distance from negative charge will also d by 2. Okay, so resultant force will be F equal to fa plus fb. So fa will be k q q divided by d by 2 whole square, because distance between this plus q charge and this plus q charge is d by 2. Okay, plus fb, that means the force exerted by this negative charge to this positive charge which is at center is k q q divided by d by 2 whole square. So we have 2 k q square upon d square by 4. So simplifying this we get 8 k q square upon d square. So this will be our answer. So our right answer will be option A. Our second MCQ is Coulomb's law supports dash. Okay, and options are Lenz's law, Newton's third law of motion, laws of Maxwell, and Faraday's law. Okay, so student, to understand this MCQ we have to understand Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law. Okay, so what does it state? It states actually Coulomb's law gives us the force exerted by 2 point charge having distance between them is r, then it gives us force between them, and that is F equal to k q square by r square. Okay, if the charge are same. Now we can understand it by vector form of this Coulomb's law. Okay, so if we take a vector form, then this charge is q1 and we consider it q2, then force exerted by q1 on q2 will be in the direction away from the q1 charge, and that is F21. Similarly, then force exerted by q2 on q1 is in the direction away from q2, and that is F12. Okay, so here we can see that the value of both forces will be same. Okay, where q1 equal to q2 equal to q, if we consider like this, then we can say that force exerted by both on each other will be same, but the direction of them will be opposite. Okay, as we can see in the figure, F12 is in the left direction while the F21 is in the right direction, but the value of both will be same. F12 equal to F21 equal to F. So from figure we can write F12 that is equal to minus F21, and this is what? This is actually third law of Newton's. So our right answer will be option B. Now see about third MCQ. In which of the following case attraction is maximum between two charged spheres separated by 2 mm distance? Okay, so first you have to understand that we are asked for attraction. Okay, so attraction occurs between dislike charges, means we have to consider one positive charge and one negative charge. So now see what are the option: plus 2q and minus 2q. So here attraction occurs in B option, plus q and plus q. So actually here repulsion, minus q and minus q, that means here also repulsion occurs, and here minus 1 and plus 4q charges. So here also attraction occurs. So now we have to find the value of force between these charges which are from option A and option D. So from the formula, okay, in A option we have plus 2q and minus 2q, and in option D we have minus 1q and plus 4q. So from the formula of Coulomb's law we can write F equal to K q1 q2 by r square. So we can write here from option A K plus 2q minus 2q upon r. So what was the r's value? R equal to 2 mm. So we will write 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 whole square. Okay, so this will give us minus 4 k q square upon 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 whole square. Now from option D, k minus 1 and plus 4 divide by, the distance will remain same, so 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 whole square. So this will also become same, minus 4 k q square by 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 whole square. So now this is the big confusion for us. So you must have to remember one thing, that to be force maximum, charge must be same. So you have to remember this point. Okay, to be force maximum, charge must be same. So here in the option A charge are same, so our right answer will be option A, because in option D charge are not same. So option A is the right answer. Okay, for MCQ, the force of repulsion between two charges plus 2q and plus 6 coulomb. Sorry, this one is plus 2 coulomb and plus 6 coulomb is 12 Newton. When charge minus 4q, sorry, actually minus 4 coulomb is added to both, the force between them will be, okay. Now options are 4 Newton and C repulsion and 4 Newton attractive. So we have to consider even sign here also, because the values are same. In option C, same 8 Newton repulsive and 8 Newton attractive. So now we consider here from first sentence, Q1 we consider as plus 2 coulomb, Q2 equal to plus 6 coulomb, and F1 equal to 12 Newton. Okay, so from this value we can write F1 equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square. Okay, so now put the value. F1 is 12 equal to K, same, Q1 is plus 2, Q2 is 6, and divide by R square. Okay, now what happened to next? We have to add minus 4 coulomb in both. Okay, so Q1 become Q1 dash, and that will be plus 2q minus 4. So this will minus 2, and Q2 become Q2 dash, and that will be plus 6 minus 4 equal to plus 2 coulomb. Okay, and F2 that we have to find. Okay, so F2 equal to, we can write from here that K Q1 dash Q2 dash divide by R square. Okay, so F2 equal to what? K Q1 dash is plus 2 and Q2 dash is, sorry, actually Q1 is minus 2 and Q2 is plus 2 coulomb. Okay, divide by R square. So now we will take the ratio of F1 and F2. We have to find F2. Okay, so here, from here we can write from here 12 R square equal to K into this one is 12. Okay, and from here we can write F2 R square equal to K into this one is minus okay, this one is 4. So we will take ratio F2 R square divide by 12 R square equal to K into 4 divide by K into 12. So now we have to simplify this. So R square will cancel, from right side K will be cancelled, and this will become 1 by 3. So F2 will be 1 by 3 into 12, and that is 4. Okay, now this is 4, and see here charge are positive and negative, means dislike charges, so this will become attractive forces. So our right answer will be 4 Newton attractive, and that is option B. In last MCQ we have to find dimension formula for permittivity of free space epsilon 0. Okay guys, so if you remember the formula, then you can say the right answer is D, m minus 1 l minus 3 t 4 e 2. Okay, if you remember this number 134 2, then it is okay, but if you don't remember, then you don't have to tick any by guesses. Okay, you have to calculate the formula. How? We will see. Okay, so in Newton's Coulomb's formula, we get the epsilon 0 means permittivity of free space, and that is by F equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 by r square. So make it subject. So epsilon 0 equal to 1 upon 4 pi f q1 q2 by r square. So now we have to find the dimension formula. So epsilon 0, and this side we have to write the dimension formula for particular quantity. So 4 pi is constant, so it doesn't have any dimension. So in denominator there is f, so we have to write the dimension formula for f, and that is m1 l1 t minus 2. Remember guys, the dimension formula for f is very important and you must have to remember this. Okay, now q1. So q means charge. That is not a actually SI or fundamental quantity. So q is equal to current into time, and current and time both are SI fundamental units and quantities. So q is equal to actually in terms of fundamental quantity ampere and time. Okay, so for q we can write a and t as dimension formula. Now see, q1 and q2 both are actually charge. So actually the value of charge are different but the dimension remain same. So we will write here a2 and t2, and in the denominator there is r square. R means distance in coulombs law. Okay, so we have to write the dimension formula for distance, that is L, and here the distance has square, so we have to write the L2. Okay, so now simplify this. So denominator goes upside, so m is to minus 1, L minus 1, t become plus 2, a 2 t2 remains same, and L minus 2. Now simplify it. So m minus 1, L has to minus 1 power and here minus 2, so L become minus 3. T has to 2 power and here also 2 power, so T has to 4 power and A has to 2. So this is m minus 1, L minus 3, T4 and A2. So that is our option D, m minus 1, L minus 3, T4 and E2. So I hope you get the good information